Hi kids, good morning. Chapter 25, Claudia. Remember, Claudia's missing. That's the little girl that was always on a leash. The lights from the front window and the lights from the street corners, they helped. It is if it was looking out onto the yards and the streets too. The snowflakes in the light reminded him of moths. In the darkness between the lights, he cannot see the snowfall. He cannot hear it. He sticks out his tongue to catch the flake. In the darkness, he calls out almost in a whisper, "Claudia, Claudia," but he doesn't know why he's whispering. Maybe she'll think it's fun and she'll answer in a game. "Claudia." The snow is getting deeper. It's over his ankles. He wades through as if he's wading through the surf on the beach. It is hard to see between the lights. He whispers into the dark corners, "Claudia, Claudia." He crisscrosses the streets. He reaches past, stitching and switching all the streets together. The snowfall covers everything. Everything is white and bumpy. "Claudia." Then he thinks, no, she's not still. She's moving. She's running. She's rolling. She's unleashed. It's snowing. He thinks maybe she chased the snow. Every now and then he looks back. The spinning lights, and something he sees in the distance. It's a leash. He wishes Claudia had not wanted to be so free. A new light turns around in the corner. A rumbling. It's a plow, scooping up snow like fingers on a cake icing. There's that dog with that tree or that toy again. The plow rumbles forward, and then for the first time in his life, he doesn't reach for the snow like a snowball. The plow passes with an alarming sound. What if she's in the street? He yells, "Stop!" But the plow rumbles on. 2 more blocks. He looks again and again. Suddenly, he no longer feels he's about to find her any second. All he can do is feel the silence, the quiet, the fear. He cannot believe she could have come this far. He takes one last look at the distance. He'll go down the block, turn around in the corner, and head back towards the lights. Halfway through, it hits him. The alley. The unnamed, unmapped, car-free second streets of our town. Who says she went to the front door? Everyone's shining the light. Who said she didn't go out the back door and she's simply in the alley? He looks into the blackness. There is no light. It is black as the cellar. You remember how he felt about the cellar? This is the night cellar where the night falls. He takes a step. Another. The light from the nearest street lamp follows him and loses him. The next chapter this chapter was pretty short. I'm going to read on so we can find Claudia. 26. What kind of kid it is. He sends a whisper, "Claudia." He doesn't know what to do. The snow is falling. "Claudia." He whispers. Why did I say yells? The dim light ahead on the street. The snow falls. "Claudia." He reaches the next street and checks that alley. He is behind Claudia's house. "You're looking in the wrong place," he says in his head. "Claudia." He squeezes that lucky stone, which we all know is a piece of gum. He puts his hands in his pocket. He squares the light in his eyes and keeps moving. He stumbles, hits a pothole, lurches forward, open gates, chain link fence following into the night. He trudges on. Claudia, how long can she last out here? He will find her. Will she be crouched and shivering? Where will she be? Will she say to him, "I runned away"? What will he say when he sees her? That's all he can think of. Will she want to have a snowball fight? Will she want him to carry her? Will he introduce her to Polly? Will he tell her about school? Get it from Donald, his mother would say, but that's not the truth. Donald didn't run away. There's a difference. Polly did run away. Claudia did run away. When Polly got a notion to do things, she would do things that were silly and unheard of too. Whoever was closest to that was your job. Get Polly, his father would say to him. Someday I'm going to call her bluff. I'm going to let her walk as far as she can, Uncle Stanley would say. I'll bet she'll walk all the way to Cleveland. This is all moving through Zinkoff's mind. And one day, darned if his father didn't do it, he called her bluff. He stayed right behind her. Donald remembered that. When she came to the street, she waltzed across and didn't stop or look. When she realized he was far behind her, she squealed and ran faster. She didn't make it all the way to Cleveland. She only made it to Ludlow Avenue, which his father bragged for the next several years was at least a mile away. But in the end, she stopped. Funny thing is, she never slowed down. What if Claudia is doing the same thing? I runned away, he remembered her chirping, and Zinkoff saw the moment that he had no words. He saw that a kid runs until they are found, that a kid wants to be caught. Then, this is something maybe Claudia did, but she isn't running anymore. He now knows she's waiting. The lucky stone he couldn't feel. Did he drop it? He panics. When he comes to the next street, he looks. The stone is still there in his hand. His hands have become so cold, like the stone. He lifts the stone. He runs it over the icy surface. He runs it along his cheek, back into the blackness. Claudia. He still hasn't found her. Well, you're going to have to wait till next week.